over the end line. On first down, it's Rosen. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. Going to give this time to the tailback. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Pick me up. Here we go. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Yep. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
To throw is Rosen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And now it's Rosen looking. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. The kick by Carlson is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Bell a first down and then some. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let him know, let him know. Hey, Delta. 57.
Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, Alpha. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 3rd down, Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
57. Mike 57.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And he's got his man on the out route. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Miami.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins down right around the 25. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Rosen will throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Looking to throw on second down. Darnold, he's going to loft one deep over them. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 65 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the
moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays... And
a big loss here as he's taken down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Here we go. Mike by 4. Mike by 4. Mike by 4.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And it's complete. Hooper.
This game's so fake.
This one across the 45 before he's
Man, this game's so fake.
17 yards for the Dolphins
on both of
got
us.
Themselves a 1st down.
Yeah, I just threw it to my tight end. I marked it on him. And he threw it to his thing, he marked on me. Like, come on, man.
50 seconds a month. 50 seconds a month. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen.
You know, I threw it, and it should at least been a lockdown, but
a gain of 6 there on
it was a catch.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
I'm down 14-6. I've been dropping the ball on them, but once I get to the red zone, I can't do nothing.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Rosen looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first down, Dobbins.
Good play. I picked up some yards off of that.
On first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Charlie. Mike's 57's Mike. Come on. 57. Mike, 57. Hurry.
Now it's Rosen. And he will find his man on the outside.
Having that in and out
that
is
a first down pickup
helping.
of 8.
Having that in and out is helping. Yeah. I got 3 people that got in and out.
Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
I'm just picking plays. I know I'm doing a scheme. I just moving and picking.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Rosen. That is caught at the 7. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
I don't know if I'm doing a scheme. I just picked a random plays.
To the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Drake. And he is
when they dive out pistol, no one blocks.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
3rd and goal, Rosen to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points
touchdown.
here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
I had it wide open and I couldn't get no catch.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
91 is the mic. Go, lady. Hey, exit.
Darnold. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Darnold on 1st down. Anunua's got it, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa. His 3rd
this game's so
touchdown
BS.
now on the year. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
I got 3 times 44 seconds on the
send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Rosen. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Rosen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Rosen to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Got an open man, it's a known one. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Second and 6, just inside the 30. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On first down, it's Darnold. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. There he goes, right side.
Let's go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Let's go.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He gets this one to Johnson. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Check. Crunch. Lady. Lady. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Again, it's Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Go, ready.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold.
Give me that pick.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And
give me that pick.
This one back to the 37-yard line. Enunwa, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, echo.
Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, throw complete to Herndon. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there
Let's go.
with him
You have
to
to
force
punt.
that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time.
You have to punt.
Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Okay, they got me that catch.
Down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the failure to connect on second down.
They didn't count that as a catch.
Here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Rosen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right.
Yeah, but you should play him as.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt.
He's slot receiver because it's hard to play slot receivers.
Take over 1st and 10.
Did you hear about the Big Ten and Pac-12? That's stupid. They're not doing it for to protect them. They're doing it to protect themselves to put down the line.
Their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, if mean, wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something got there will be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Taco Charlton in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
Even
these pass rushers have to
Reese May was mad about it. He was saying, he was like, they're not protecting them. They think about if they were protecting, they wouldn't. Like, how can you play a screen and turn around and play a fall?
When you see zone defense and you know you got
yeah, then he said that's not protection. Like, he can say they protect them, turn around, play 10 games in the spring, and turn around and play 12, 13 in the fall. You probably not gonna be resting.
From the 50, it's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end.
They play defense, make them work for it.
First down as he's
I'm up 10.
The Dolphins' 31-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is Bell.
Make them work for it. He had to score twice.
The 20-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Darnold from the red zone now. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
3 minutes to go in the game.
Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big
10.
hole last time. So. This time they opened up a hole. And the
I had the crazy comeback last night. Yeah, I was down 31-14 going into the fourth quarter. I came back at 135 to 231.
However, let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't.
I scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now it's Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and
let's go by his defense.
Late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, Orbit. Let's get that home. Like 22, he's coming. 22, cut.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold, there goes a deep ball, end zone.
Of course, freaking pass interference, and he's at the 1.
We do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
That was 4th and 30, and he just threw up and then bailed him after a pass interference call. 4th and 30.
First and goal, and they got to be
because he down by 10.
Back into this football game.
Yep.
They'll try and run it in with Bell.
He went for it, and he got bailed out.
He's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 4 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Thank you.
On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
Check safety, check safety. Check 37.
Here's Bell.
Let's go, defense.
Backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done.
I don't know why he's not kicking his field goal because he's down 10. He's on the 2-yard line. And he didn't get it. Let's go.
Not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage.
I did a 4-6 normal zone blitz play because I knew he was running.
But he's denied, and instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
No, he's done. Just he won his ball and killed his clock.
Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Jets are going to use
I'm making sure that he wastes all his timeouts.
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and they'll get him down.
Coming into Jamal Adams is over. I can take these. Minute 30 with 1 timeout.
Disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up.
I can make a run of all they said last time out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good.
I'm gonna take these and punt the ball.
Now Drake.
Get the first down though. First down, game over.
Before he's hit and dropped. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control.
95 speed, 93 acceleration. 97, okay.
The second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. 2nd level, probably because they moved up to the 1st
Say that
level.
again, and then hit the last part, 93.
Very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Okay. He will match. Here, if you do play by speed, he's gonna be on Goodwin. It helped you.
So a victory
It helped you. Think about it.
And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that.
Who's your fastest receiver besides Goodwin? Who will he be on?
You get a victory on the road in your division.
So that 95 speed corner would be on Juju.
Down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And you know, out of a 16-game season,
you still know speed matters.
Let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get.
I would try it. I would try it for Goodwin for the first few times and see how it works. If it's not working, then take him out.
So for Miami,
but if it's working, leave him in.
For them on the year, and they will head
back
home.
I shut them out in the second half.
Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a win they needed to turn the season around.
You want to play the first half before you play your game?
On the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.
Send it.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Go to the one without the abilities on the season.